What's up, everybody? It's your boy Meme here. For breakfast, I had a banana and an avocado, and I had like an avocado bagel and a banana for breakfast. I also had some bone broth, and that was pretty tasty, and it was like a good amount of protein too. For lunch, I had some leftover lasagna. I finally had the lasagna that my mom made yesterday, and it was really, really tasty. I really enjoyed it. Though I was sure to not have too much because my parents are thinking about having some for dinner, and my mom is also going to be bringing some to my sister in a couple days. She's going to bring her like 2 big pieces. Not in a couple days, maybe tomorrow or something. I don't remember when exactly. I think, actually no, maybe in a couple days. Yeah, I've mostly just been working on certifications all day. I woke up at 5:08 a.m. this morning, and then I walked on the treadmill for like an hour. And then I came upstairs. I set everything up in the house. Actually, hold on. Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure if I had this running while I was on the tread. Oh, no, I didn't. So I had set up all the furniture for the robot vacuum to run. The nice thing about owning a robot vacuum is that it doesn't make it so you never have to clean or vacuum or anything, but it does make it so you can do a really big clean of your house way less often. So like, say you do like a really super crazy deep cleaning of the house every like, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I actually, okay, I don't clean the house. I do all the other chores. I do all the other chores except for the cleaning, so I don't know how often the house is cleaned, but like, I would assume we do a super deep clean every 6 months or so. And the house doesn't get too dirty. It's fine, and we always tidy up after ourselves, but like, we do like a big, like, you know, you get equipment out and you do cleaning every 6 months. And the nice thing about a robot vacuum is it makes it so you only have to do that every like 3 months. So that's pretty neat. Though I'm pretty sure it's not every 6 months. It might be every 4 months, and then with the vacuum every 2 months, something like that. It essentially halves, or it doubles how often you can go in between big cleanings. I don't think we clean the house every 6 months. I think we do it more often, but I'm not sure. But anyway, I sometimes, just when my parents aren't home, I kind of like removing some furniture from the floor to run the robot vacuum. So for example, with our dining room table, I get the chairs and I put them like upside down on top of the table, right? Or I move our spare room, there's like a little raise in the floor before you can go inside, and so the robot vacuum can't go into it. And so that's just where I put the furniture. So like, I put the trash cans too in that room, and I put like a bunch of other stuff in that room. And essentially that room is just full of furniture. And then the robot vacuum runs, and then I just move it all back. And it's like basically just as much furniture as I can move just on my own, just like dragging it around or like picking it up. You know, it's just like potted plants or air filters or office chairs and stuff like that. Yeah, so the robot vacuum ran while I took a shower. Then, you know, I ate my food, and that was pretty good, and I drank my bone broth. My parents very nicely got me some broth at Costco. Yeah, 10 grams of protein per serving, and I had 2 servings, so it's 20 grams of protein. It also has a lot of sodium. God, yeah, 460 milligrams of sodium, which is 20% of your daily value. So I had 40% of my sodium just in one mug, which is a little crazy. But, you know, what can you do? And yeah, that was pretty good. And then I worked on certifications pretty consistently. I worked on certifications for a few hours. Then I had lasagna. And then I just kind of took a little break. I had lunch for a little longer than I should have. But, you know, when I was done, you know, watching YouTube or whatever on my computer for like half an hour, I decided to, you know, put my bedding on my bed because I put it in the washing machine and dryer this morning. And also move all the furniture back for the vacuum. For those of you who don't know, and it makes sense why you wouldn't know unless you watched yesterday's video, which frankly, I wonder what the chances are of someone clicking on one of my videos to like also have seen yesterday's video. I wonder what the odds of that are. Probably kind of low, but what was I saying? My parents aren't home. My dad, I don't want to get too far into like where my dad works, but they have for sure have to have everyone come into the office now. Before COVID, my dad very occasionally worked from home, I believe, and then he exclusively worked from home for a really long time. And you know, it sounds like I'm just like defending my dad, but he is very productive working from home, like measurably and provably, which I feel like isn't the case for a lot of people, which I feel like is the reason why they're making everyone go back to the office, because presumably a lot of people weren't productive working from home. But you know, it sucks because my dad was productive, and I'm sure there's a lot of productive people caught in the crossfire and this sort of caught in the crosshairs of this sort of broad policy decision by these companies. But yeah, he has to come back into the office, which sucks because we only have one car right now. So my parents are having to get another car, and the whole situation just sucks. But for now, you know, I was driving to her work, she's taking my dad, and, you know, it's a whole thing. And so, what? And so I've been home alone all day, and I'm going to be home alone pretty consistently from now on, especially on weekdays. This is going to change come December or January when I have to start paying rent and I have to start working a little more. Yeah, it does just seem like I'm not going to have to. My parents just won't be home because my dad won't be home, because usually a lot of the time my dad is home on weekdays because he's like working from home, but like now he just won't be home, which is interesting. It's weird, but it's cool. I feel quite a bit more productive. You know, I bother my dad a little more than I should when we're both home, you know, while it does suck that I can't talk to my dad as much, you know, because he's like not home all the time, I do feel like it does make me a little more productive because there's not like someone I can talk to about like whatever's going on in the news, because my dad always has the news on playing in the background and just stuff like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know what we're having for dinner. I was texting my mom earlier and she was thinking maybe meatloaf, but like, we'll see. And aside from that, nothing's really going on. I'm feeling really good and talkative because, you know, I was just so productive today. And I'm going to be productive continually until the end of the day. I'm going to be waking up at 4 a.m. tomorrow for work. Because of this situation where we only have one car and my parents have to go to both of their jobs, it's a little weird because, we're just gonna have to leave really early, and so I have to wake up really early, so I'm gonna be going to bed pretty soon, which is funny. I'm gonna try to go to bed at like 7 or like maybe even a little earlier than that if I can, but yeah, we'll see what happens, and nothing else is really going on. Okay, goodbye everyone. I'm done talking now.